Finally, a lot of details have leaked on the upcoming Ryzen 7000X3D series CPUs. I am talking about AMD's gaming-oriented processors, which use 3D V-cache technology, adding a massive amount of extra cache on top of the CPU chip. This technique delivers a significant performance boost in games, as proven by Ryzen 5800X3D in the previous generation of similar products. That processor delivered a 20% average FPS improvement in games compared to a regular Ryzen 7 5800X. Now AMD is getting ready to show us the next generation of X3D Ryzen CPUs. In this video, I compiled all the latest leaks on this topic, including Ryzen 7000X3D specs, performance, release date, and price. But before that, here's a quick message from a sponsor. Buy your Windows 10 or 11 key for less from cdkeyoffer.com at the link in the description below. Use code IV20 to get a 25% discount that brings the price down to as low as $16. You can securely check out with PayPal and receive your Windows key in minutes, ready to be activated on your PC. According to the latest leak, AMD will release 3 X3D models. The most anticipated out of the three is Ryzen 7 7800X3D, with 8 cores and 16 threads. It will feature a 5.4 GHz core clock boost, 96 MB of L3 cache, and a 170 Watt TDP. This is quite a difference if we compare it to an existing 8-core Ryzen 7 7700X, which is rated for 105 Watt TDP and has just 32 MB of L3 cache. And yet, the 7700X is currently considered to be the best gaming CPU, beating even the more expensive i9 13900K as well as AMD's very own flagship Ryzen 9 7950X. So just imagine the performance 7800X3D will bring to the table. More on that in a minute. First, let me introduce the other two X3D CPUs. Next up is a 12-core 24-thread Ryzen 9 7900X3D. It will have a 5.6 GHz core clock boost and 192 MB of L3 cache. TDP remains at 170 watts, the same as on the vanilla 7900X. The flagship spot will be taken by Ryzen 9 7950X3D, with 16 cores and 32 threads, 5.7 GHz boost, 192 MB of cache, and 170 Watt TDP. Sadly, there will be no Ryzen 5 7600X3D. Personally, I would love to see this model come to the market, but at the same time, I understand that it is very unlikely that AMD will release a 6-core X3D processor anytime soon. It just does not make much sense from the financial point of view to make such a product. Now let's talk about the performance. The most optimistic leaks I have seen suggest that 7000X3D processors will bring a 20 to 30% performance increase over the regular Ryzen 7000 series. However, realistically, I think we should expect about a 15% improvement on average. I used just the 7800X3D in this chart to demonstrate the estimated performance because we have no idea how the extra cache will behave in the processors with CPU cores and cache split among two CCDs in 7900X3D and 7950X3D. The performance could be worse, as seen in the Ryzen 7700X versus 7950X benchmarks. But we just don't know for sure, so let's wait and see. Speaking of waiting, it appears that you will not have to wait too long for the new Ryzen processors. Reportedly, they are launching in January 2023. That implies a formal product reveal at CES 2023 on January 4th. It is still a maybe in my books because not that many sources confirmed it. But from what I have seen so far, I think that AMD is definitely planning to release Ryzen 7000X3D in Q1 2023. As for the prices, it is just my speculation. But I think that it is highly likely that AMD will keep the existing Ryzen 7000 processors at their current discounted prices and will launch Ryzen 7000X3D products at the MSRP previously occupied by the vanilla 7000 series CPUs. It would look like this: $399 for Ryzen 7 7800X3D, $549 for Ryzen 9 7900X3D, and 7950X3D at $699. What do you think about it? If you enjoyed this video, then you know what to do. It was I, Vadim. Until next time.